Hello everyone, Linda Israel here, and I've got another page tutorial. This time I'm going to call this kind of a pastel blues, country blues if you will. So to start with, using my napkin embellishment technique, if you refer to that video, I use glue stick and I attach one layer of a paper napkin to a page out of an old dictionary. I adhered it down, and I'll give you a quick synopsis. What I do is I get my napkin ready and I set it aside. I take my glue stick and I go all over the piece of paper that I want to adhere the napkin to. Then I take this piece of paper and I will press it down onto the napkin and rub it into place. And then what I did next was I went around the edges with the zigzag stitch and even added this little tab here. So for the rest of this, I've decided that I want to put a pocket right here on the front. So what I've done is I've used my stash. I found a piece of paper and cardstocks, and I used a piece of fabric. This is a calico collage image that I used on my cluster embellishments. So this is another idea of a cluster embellishment. I zigzag stitched all of mine down. I added a little paper flower. This is a word that I offer in my shop, and I even have a little stitching detail right underneath that word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this down on the front of this. So I just take a little bit of glue. In this case I've got some Aleene's tacky glue, and I'm making a bead all along this edge like so. And then I'm going to put this right here. I've folded this so I know where my page borders are, and I'm going to place that down. If I have any glue that seeps out, I just wipe it away, and that's going to be on my front. Now I've got to put some stuff in the pockets, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So then when I open this up and go to the inside, I have a few things here. I was digging around in my stash, and at one point I had made this pocket to go into another journal, and basically it was just wrapping the page around a piece of paper. It was cut as a diagonal just because I think that was what was left over, and I didn't use it. I'll show you my scrap. This is my scrap 12 by 12 pocket, and all of the blue scraps go in here. And when I'm wanting to make something, I will dig in here if I'm looking for blue before I cut into a new sheet of paper. And that helps reduce adding more scrap. So what I want to do is I want to add this to the page, and I was thinking about leaving an opening right here for a hidden pocket. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to adhere it on the back side on 3 sides here, and I place this on the page. So I'm going to hold it here, and then I'm going to add glue on 3 sides. On this side, I have some pieces of paper from my stash. This is one of those tear-off desk planner pages, and I want to put this on here so that I can have a pocket and it will fold out. I've got another piece of paper that I'm going to put on the other side as well. So what I want to do first, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this piece of paper before I adhere it down. I'm going to use some distressed ink. This one is chipped sapphire and a blending tool. And I'm going to go around the edge really fast. And then I have a few butterfly stamps. I don't know which ones I want to use yet, but I think we'll just do this. I'm going to use the blue ink again, and I'm just pouncing it onto my stamp. So you don't have to have a giant stamp pad. You can use a little stamp pad. And I'm going to just do it down let's do it up here on the side. I'm trying to decide how I want to place this. And you want to press down and hold it to the paper for a few seconds for that ink to transfer. If you're stamping and you're not getting a good transfer, it could be that you're not holding it long enough, and the other could be the surface that you're on. You want to make sure you have a nice solid surface underneath. There's a nice image here, and I think, yeah, I'm going to use this one across the bottom. That first stamp was from Viva Las Vegas Stamps, and this one is from Stampers Anonymous. That just adds a little bit of interest to it. And what I'm going to do next, I'm going to adhere this to this piece. This was a text weight paper, so it's a little bit lighter, so that's why I'm going ahead and putting quite a bit of glue on it. And we're going to line it up from top to bottom, side to side, and adhere those together. And then I have some stickers. I've used some of them, and I think I want to add this little sticker. I'm going to put it, I think, like this. Well, I don't know. I keep playing with it. I think it's okay if it covers up some of the butterflies. So we're going to do it like this. And then I have another butterfly. And then I have these words, use your wings. And this is one that's from a kit that I made. I have that in my shop. And I'm going to use some walnut stain distress inks to cover up that white edge. And that's just because of the way it was cut. If I go all the way around, it covers up the white edges. And I'm going to place this right in here. So we're just going to add a little bit of, using the No Clog writing cap from ScraPerfect. And mainly because I just want a tiny amount of glue on the back of this. And one thing I can't stand is to have so much glue squishing out from a project. Now I know I want this to be a pocket on the page, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere it down. This is the side that I want as a pocket, so I'm going to adhere it down on these three sides. This sticker set didn't have a lot of glitter on it, and if you follow me, you know that I like glitter. I like the sparkle. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting a paintbrush, and I've got some tulip glitter paint. If you've watched any of my videos, I use this a lot because it's inexpensive and it's easy to apply. So what I'm going to do is go around this image and add a little bit of glitter, even on the leaf. And then I'm going to use my paintbrush to thin this out just a little bit, and that'll help it dry faster, and it'll just look like this is just coated with lots and lots of glitter. Over on this side of the little pocket thing, again, I have some more scraps of paper that I have attached together. So I've got 2 layers of paper here. This is a piece of fabric that I adhered down. I used another one of the Calico Collage little charm pieces. It's about a 1-inch piece, and again, if you'll refer to my cluster embellishments, I show how I make this little square. Again, some more of my words, and I want this to be an additional little tuck spot on top of here. So what I'm going to do is adhere down on 3 sides. So basically, I'm making pages, different colors, based off of a swap that we do in our group. We do pretty much a monthly swap that the pages are 10.5 by 8 inches tall, and when folded it makes 8 by 5 1/4. And a lot of people were asking for ideas on different colors to make their pages, and that's why I'm doing various colors. I have done a purple page, a yellow, sunflower yellow page, a dark blue page, and now this lighter blue or country blue. I don't know how I'm going to name it yet till the video's done. So I'm just adhering this down. And then I've got some elements to put into the pockets. And one of those is, this is just a stamped image on a piece of cardstock, and I've added some fabric, so that's going to go in here. Remember where I'm going to put all my tags. Okay, so this one's going to go on the front. Yeah, okay. I was making sure I got all my tags right. And then I had scraps of paper that I took this punch from the Paper Studio. It's a little tag punch that, based on what size your piece of paper is, whether it be 1.5, 2 inches, or 2.5 inches, you slide it into the guide, punch it, and that's the shape it was. That's the shape that it ends up with. And then this is just fabric that I had in my stash left over, and I'm going to put those in here. So it kind of makes it happy. On this side, behind this page here, I've got a piece of cardstock that I've attached some little pieces of paper. It's one of those tear-off pads that I got at Dollar Tree, and I've added a piece of fabric across the top. Again, if you don't have a sewing machine, instead of zigzag stitching this, you could adhere them. You could take washi tape and wrap that around and glue it down. You could staple it to hold it in place. So get creative. Just because I use sewing doesn't mean you have to. And this is going to go right in here. I'm not going to push it all the way in, but just enough to clear the fold. And then this page, once it's dry, will open up. I don't want to fold all the way. And then you can write on this side. And then you've got the little pocket. Alright, well, I'm going to let this glue dry a moment, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do on the other pockets and sides. Okay, I've flipped this over so that I can finish adding the elements to it. Here's a tag that I made. This is from Calico Collage. It is from the Daydreaming. I've attached it to a piece of cardstock. It was blue on one side and white on the other. I've added some more of the fabric at the top to be little pull tabs on here. I've used some more of the words as well as the Tulip Dimensional Glitter Paint. And that's going to go right here in the front. And then on the back side, I've got just a piece of cardstock that I've rounded the corners with a corner chomper. And then I've added some Distress ink, the chipped sapphire again. And I think what I want to do is I have some of these stickers left over. I think this dragonfly sticker needs a home. Again, I'm just trying to use up my stash. So let's put that dragonfly somewhat in this bottom corner here. So you can still write on here, and then the back side as well. And then I made an altered paper clip using some of the same images that I used in my cluster embellishment tutorial, and some flowers that I had in my stash. They're little paper flowers that I got from Prima. And this was some junk mail that I used to be able to have this be stiff. So this is going to go right here. So let's look at this one more time. So we've got, as you're flipping through the journal, this will be the first page you come to. So you've got a tag here. I put a little tag on the, or tab on the side. I just thought that would be interesting to have that, because I'm also going to have lots of things coming out the top of my journal with all the tags I'm making. And then we come over here, and I have a hidden pocket. I haven't put anything in it, but it's just a hidden pocket. Lots of little tags, and one of these can go right here. And then we have a tag on this side that comes out. And then this flips over so you can write on here. And then when we go to the back side, we have this little journal card and an altered paper clip. And I just left this as it is because someone that gets this journal, they might want to paste a piece of paper down. They may want to add some photos. They may leave it just as it is. So there is my finished page using light shades of blue. Maybe that's what I'll do. Light shades of blue junk journal page. Well, I hope you're enjoying this series, that you're being inspired to use up your stash. Get those things out. Put them in front of you. Make a basket so that you know what you want to use right then and there. It helps me if I do that. I just get a basket, put all the stuff in it that I want to use, and then I create. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. It's really important that you share it so more people can see what I'm creating. And of course, comment below. What do you have the most of that you need to use up, or what color do you want to see next? And lastly, please subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notification bell at the top so you'll get a notification. Check the description box for a list of the items that I've used, including my social media connectors and groups, as well as my blog. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Have a fabulous day. Bye.